Let's not rewrite history. When Manchester United splashed £73 million on Jadon Sancho in 2021, it wasn't just a signing, it was supposed to be a statement. He was billed as the missing piece in United's attack, a generational winger who'd tear up fullbacks for a decade. That dream didn't even last 6 months. Fast forward to 2025, Chelsea just paid £5 million not to keep him. That's not a sale, that's an escape clause. Sancho is 25 now, and with the hype worn off and the spotlight faded, all that's left is a technically gifted player searching for a system, a team, a league, anything that makes sense again. Sancho's strength is subtle. He isn't explosive. He doesn't bulldoze defenders. He operates best in chaos. Quick transitions, scattered defenders, broken game states. He thrives when games open up, like in the Conference League final versus Betis. He came on, the tempo spiked, the space appeared, and he scored. You give him a static game with a low block to unlock, he drifts, starts hugging the touchline, then comes the inevitable backwards pass. He averages over 5 take-ons per 90. Solid, but most end with nothing. Worse, he barely wins fouls. He's not dangerous enough for defenders to panic. Still, there's some value. His movement after switches of play can be sharp, and when paired with a dominant creator like Palmer, he finds decent pockets. He just can't carry an attack. He needs space and smarter teammates to make him work. The short answer, wrong fit, wrong time. At United, Sancho was asked to be a match winner without the platform. There were no overlapping fullbacks, no Hakimi, no Meunier, just mismatched systems and conflicting roles. He played left because Rashford had the right side on lockdown, but that killed his rhythm. Erik ten Hag tried him centrally. It didn't work. He lacks the output and doesn't press like a modern number 10 should. His intensity off the ball, let's just say Bruno Fernandes and Martin Odegaard aren't sweating over his numbers. At Chelsea, it was a slight improvement. Maresca's side occasionally opened up and Sancho looked freer. But consistency? Missing. Final third threat? Sporadic. He needs others to run for him. He's a thinker, not a runner. That's fine if you build around him, but no top Premier League side is doing that in 2025. Let's not waste time. Highly unlikely. Ten Hag is gone. Amorim is in. He plays a 3-4-3, a shape Sancho isn't suited to. The new faces coming in, Matheus Cunha already, maybe Mbeumo soon, speak volumes. United are moving on. Sancho would need to force a complete reinvention to be viable under Amorim. Maybe as a support number 10, but let's be honest, he doesn't have the output, the off-ball engine, or the presence. Forget England. That chapter's closed. If Sancho wants to get his career back on track, he needs to go continental, Spain, France, or even Italy. Lower pressure, more technical leagues, slower tempo. Here are 3 actual options. Champions League bound. Direct style, heavy on fast breaks. Perfect. With Alex Baena possibly leaving, there's a left-sided vacancy. Sergi Cardona overlapping would replicate the Hakimi-style dynamic he craves. Lacazette has now officially left the club after completing his second spell and hitting the 201 goal club milestone. Cherki has moved on as well, transferring to Manchester City in June for around £30 million. Lions still need creativity. They're possession-based, but can go vertical. Mikatadzi's left side drifting could free Sancho. It's not seamless, but there's enough football IQ there to make it work. Allegri is back, which means defensive structure over flair. Sancho might struggle for freedom, especially if Theo Hernandez leaves. But if he accepts a rotation role and retools his game, Milan might use him in a flexible number 10 slot, especially in 3 at the back setups. It's poetic. Dortmund is the only place he ever truly looked elite. He returned there in 2024, showed glimpses again, and played in a Champions League final. But it's complicated now. Niko Kovac runs a more rigid 3-4-2-1. Sancho would have to operate as a number 10, with strict positional discipline. Can he do that? Maybe, but the finances are tight and Dortmund have moved on. Unless wages drop or United subsidise the move, it's a dream, not a deal. Jadon Sancho isn't a lost cause, but he's no longer a star in waiting either. He's a player who needs structure, freedom, and the right environment to be effective. He's not the fastest, not the strongest, not the most aggressive, but He can still be the smartest on the pitch. If he finds a club that gives him runners, chaos, and low pressure, we might finally see what all the hype was for. But make no mistake, this is the final act. The next move either revives his career or buries the myth for good.